All right, guys, let's take a minute real quick to review how and why we look at x-rays the way we do. Obviously, at this point, you've recognized that we take them on a regular basis, but why do we do it and what's the use, etc. So the important thing to understand is there's two main things that we are focused on that you're just not going to have addressed anywhere else. If you go to an emergency room or something and they take an x-ray, they're going to be looking for a broken bone, a fracture, for you to have some bullet lodged in there or something like that. But they're not going to be considering your structure, and they're not going to be considering neurologic function. So those are the big things that we worry about when we do a structural analysis of the spine. And a couple things to remember there. One, first and foremost, the spine functions like your skull in that, yes, it's bones, like your arms and your legs, but its primary job is to surround and protect the central nervous system. So if you hit your head really hard, the first thing we worry about is brain damage, not skull damage. And if your spine is compromised, whether it's out of position, degenerated, or whatever it is, the first thing we worry about is spinal cord, nerves, etc. What kind of stress and strain is happening there to the nervous system that impairs the brain's ability to communicate with the body. So if we look at the chart here, this is what that comes down to. Your brain has to be able to get messages down the spinal cord and out the nerves. Really, it's two-way communication, right? The body's got to be able to communicate back to the brain as well. That communication allows your body to operate. That's keeping your heart beating and your lungs breathing and your stomach digesting your food for you. That's how your nervous system keeps your body functioning. If the spine, for example, is compromised, whether it's degenerating, whether you've got a disc that's out of place or herniated, whether you've got a scoliosis or your neck is straightened out or reversed, whatever that is, that essentially creates a kink in the garden hose. The brain can't communicate clearly to the body, things go downhill. Sometimes it really hurts, right? But the truth is that only 5 to 10% of the nervous system deals with pain. So you can have quite a bit of neurologic compromise, 90% compromise, and potentially not have any pain associated. So while we take pain and symptoms like that very seriously, we also need to understand that we don't discredit damage just because it may not hurt. We don't discredit damage just because it doesn't hurt. Yeah. So that's the neurologic component. The other, of course, is structural. So the reality is you brush your teeth on a regular basis. You do that twice a day to make sure they stay structurally intact. You need good, healthy teeth so they can do their job, which is to allow you to chew your food and digest and eat your food. Your spine has a very specific job too. The problem is people don't pay attention to it even twice a year, let alone twice a day in most situations. So we need the spine to be healthy so that we can be functional as a human being. So we can stay upright like a 2-foot standing Homo sapien, not hunched over like a lot of people get or completely contorted and dysfunctional. We need to be able to be active and mobile, so we need to be able to bend and move and sit and twist and lift things and carry things and withstand stress and strain and be active. These are all the things that we want to do, and the reality is your spine allows that. If your spine is compromised, the degree to which it's compromised is the level of compromise of your functionality as well. And it's really just a matter of time. People who don't brush their teeth for a certain period of time, they're going to say, yeah, everything's fine, I don't have any issues. But we all know that the day you stop brushing your teeth is the day you start developing cavities and rotten teeth and gum disease, etc., and it spirals from there. And if you don't take care of your teeth for long enough, there's permanent damage that you really just can't come back from. Same with the spine. Again, your spine, the second you stop taking care of it is the second that things start degenerating. And the longer you go without, eventually you run into permanent damage that you're just not going to be able to get away from, and you've got to take more dramatic measures or whatnot to handle it. So ultimately, as we review your x-rays, this is kind of where we are coming from with that. Whether you've been taking care of your spine for a long time, or you're just getting started, and we're just doing some of your initial update evaluations. This is the direction we're heading. This is the mentality that we need to have as we move forward. Of course, if you have any questions about any of this, you can let us know. You can always respond to contact us via email, social media. You can call us directly, And of course, we're always available if we need to find some time to sit down and go through things more in detail. That's pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions, let us know, but that's kind of your review update there, perspective on how and why we do our update evaluations in those x-rays in particular. And hopefully everything's working out great for you. Keep up the good work.